Hello and welcome to the She Reads Romance Books podcast, the ultimate show for romance book lovers looking for the best books worth reading. I'm your host, Leslie Murphy, and in each short episode, I share my favorite book list of recommendations so you know exactly what to add to your must-read list. Join me as I explore the romance genre and have fun collecting book boyfriends along the way, because life is better with a love story. Hello, readers! Welcome back to the She Reads Romance Books podcast. I don't know about you, but I am at the stage where I am past spring fever and definitely ready to usher in summer. How about you? I actually really love the heat of summer. I just love feeling warm and having the sunshine on my face and getting outside to either just walk or enjoy nature. Plus, I love the beach and I love the pool. So I'm someone who is all in when it comes to summer. And I'm sort of like checking off my list of what to get ready to now that summer sort of already feels like it's in full force here because it's so warm. My kids have their new bathing suits because they, sprouted this year and grew, and so they had to get new ones. And then I stocked up on our sunscreen, which, if you don't know this about me, which you probably don't, I love romance books, but I'm pretty obsessed with just clean eating and clean health and beauty products that you put on your body. And so I can't tell you how many different brands of sunscreen I have tested over the years to finally find one that I like and that isn't filled with so many junk chemicals. And this is totally not a ad from them, or it's just a shameless plug because I love them. But I have totally settled on the sunscreen stick from Attitude Living. If you go to attitudeliving.com, I think they are a women-owned health and beauty company based in Canada. And I just love all of their stuff. Most, if not almost all of their products are environmental working group verified, which means they are very low on harmful chemicals. I use their shampoo, their conditioner, their body soap, their hand soap. All the things. And now I use some of their makeup. But their face sunscreen stick is something I am completely obsessed with. It's 30 SPF. It comes tinted. So it's super easy to put on, but plus I don't look like I'm a white ghost when you put on those zinc, ones. So I just bought up my new sticks for the year. I'm super happy. I'm ready to go to the beach and enjoy the 80-degree weather we've been having. And the only thing that makes summer even better than the heat and time off from work and vacations are summer romance books. Every year, I put together a list of the best summer reads for the season, the new summer romance books that will just make your summer season perfect. Usually, that list has included all of the new releases that I want to read over the summer months, but this year, my list of must-read summer romance books includes those new titles of the summer that really, I think, will help you sink into the season or make you nostalgic for it, or were you to read them any other time of year. So they are the romance books that embody summer, whether it's because characters are on summer vacation or characters who travel somewhere really cool, or one even made my list because it's a baseball romance and summer is totally baseball season. So whether you need a book recommendation to take with you on a summer holiday, or if you're in the mood for a staycation that just screams summer on the page, then these are the books that I highly recommend you add to your TBR list. They are on mine, and I cannot wait to read them if I haven't already for this summer. I'm going to talk about 5 of them on the episode today. I have my list of 10 must-read summer romance books of 2024 up on shereadsromancebooks.com. You can check all 10 of them there. I'm not going to talk about 5 of them because I've talked about those 5 in past episodes, and I don't want to inundate you with them again, but I'm going to talk about 5 that I haven't talked about yet, I don't think yet here on the podcast. So if you are ready to dive in, I'm going to talk about them in order of their release. Some
may have released a few months before it's officially summer, but that just means that you can grab them now and read them, and you won't have to wait for their release dates. Others, you'll have to wait until they release in June, July, or even August, but I've got them scattered throughout those months, so you'll always have something to read. But if you find yourself waiting for one of these books, you can also check out my lists of most anticipated romance books of the month, because I talk about my favorites in those lists beyond these summer reads. So you can check them out, because this summer we've got really awesome new titles from Ali Hazelwood and Christina Loren, and even more popular and indie authors that you are not going to want to miss. But the first book that I wanted to talk about releases on May 21st, and it's, I think, a friends to lovers romance. I'm not really sure, but I want to read it. And that is 7 Summers by Paige Toon. I feel like this idea of falling in love over several summers is nothing new. It's why I loved People We Meet on Vacation, and it's why I want to read Carly Fortune's new book this summer, and now this one too. And here is what 7 Summers is about. Liv and Finn meet 6 summers ago working in a bar on the rugged Cornish coastline, their futures full of promise. When a night of passion ends in a devastating tragedy, they are bound together inextricably. But Finn's life is in LA with his band, and Liv's is in Cornwall with her family. So they make a promise. Finn will return every year, and if they are single, they will spend the summer together. This summer, Liv crosses paths with Tom, a mysterious new arrival in her hometown. As the wildflowers and heather come into bloom, they find themselves falling for one another. For the first time, Liv can imagine a world where her heart isn't broken every autumn. Now Liv must make an impossible choice, and when she discovers the shocking reason that Tom has left home, she'll need to trust her heart even more. 6 summers to fall in love, 1 summer to change everything. I have a feeling that this is going to be a summer romance that seriously tugs on the heartstrings. First, there is the tragedy that bonds them together, right? I'm not sure what that may be, but that's one. Second reason it will tug on the heartstrings is because you get flashbacks to the previous 6 summers and the heartache that probably follows when it's time to say goodbye. Then third, this sounds like it might be a love triangle romance. And gosh, those just sort of rip the heart out, right? But I'm so down for it and hope that this one consumes me for a bit this summer. The next summer romance book on my list is called Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan, and it releases on June 4th. I read Monaghan's Summer Romance of 2023 last year, same time next summer. So I have a feeling that she's going to be one to watch for summer romances each and every year. And here is what this book is about. Benefits of a summer romance. It's always fun, always brief, and no one gets their heart broken. Allie Morris is a professional organizer whose own life is a mess. Her mom died 2 years ago, then her husband left her, and she hasn't worn pants with a zipper in longer than she cares to remember. No one is more surprised than Allie when the first time she takes off her wedding ring and puts on pants with hardware. Overalls count, right? That she meets someone. Or rather, her dog claims a man for her by peeing on him. Ethan smiles at Allie like her pants are just right, like he likes what he sees. He looks at her like she's a younger, braver version of herself. The last thing newly single mom Allie needs is to make her life messier, but there's no harm in a little summer romance, is there? I am already loving this summer romance because I have a total soft spot for heroines or in kind of like a midlife crisis and their life just seems to be imploding. Allie seems to be a mess, and rightly so, and I get how even trying to dress is probably something that's a chore and that she really doesn't care about anymore. And not that she needs, to change for a man, but I really want to see how meeting Ethan kind of gives her a new kick in her step, even if she thinks it's only for the summer. Same time next summer, her previous book had sort of a somber tone to it at parts, so I don't know if that is going to be the case with this one, given the state of Allie's life, but It sounds like one that I think I'm really going to enjoy and can see myself reading by the pool this summer. The next book on my list of summer romance books is The Summer Escape by Jill Shalvis, which releases June 11th. And let me just say, gosh, you might want to just take the whole week of June 10th off because there are so many great romance books releasing on June 11th. Several more, that are on my list on the blog. And so if you have vacation time to burn, just take that week off and you could probably read a book a day. That would just be, I think, glorious and so fun. And you can start with this one by Jill. And here is what it's about. Anna Moore didn't just wake up one day and decide to go on a wild quest, especially since her life no longer lends itself to wild anything. So how in the world does she end up racing against the clock with Owen Harris, a sexy adventuress, to prove her beloved dad innocent of stealing $1 million necklace? It's all Wendy's fault, her older, bossy sister, who's 7 months pregnant and on bed rest in their small Lake Tahoe hometown, is desperate to clear their departed dad's name. Owen, though, is convinced he's guilty as hell and wants to return the jewelry back to its rightful owner, his elderly great-aunt. Together, Anna and Owen go on a scavenger hunt for clues to the past, with Wendy remotely along for the ride via an earbud, supplying a running wry commentary to boot. On opposing sides and suspicious of each other as they are, Anna and Owen still can't deny the inexplicable and explosive chemistry between them on this heart-stomping adventure, the outcome of which will prove the necklace isn't the only thing stolen. Their hearts have been as well. Okay. This book sounds so fun on so many levels. Shalvis has written several books in the Sunrise Cove series. This is actually book 6, I believe, but I haven't read any of the previous ones, and I don't think it's going to matter. I think so many of her books would make great summer reads because they just suck you into this setting she creates, and the characters really draw you in, and The Summer Escape sounds like it has it all in spades. I also love that it sounds like it's an enemies to lovers sort of forced proximity romance. Anna and Owen are stuck together, but on opposing sides to this mystery to solve. Plus, the book summary honestly just had me at scavenger hunt. I loved putting scavenger hunts together for my kids in the summer when they were really little, whether it was just to collect various pieces of their lunch or just to get them moving outside. Oh, I really kind of miss those days, but an adult scavenger hunt with someone you're attracted to, but probably shouldn't. Yeah, I'm totally for that with this book. And I really hope that their tension just sort of bleeds off the page and that this is a fun summer romance to read this year. All right, let me see. Moving on from June 11th to a new release that comes out the following week on June 18th, and that is The Art of Catching Feelings by Alicia Thompson, and here is what it's about. Daphne Brink doesn't follow baseball, but watching America's Snooze Fest certainly beats sitting at home in the days after she signs her divorce papers. After one too many ballpark beers, she heckles Carolina Battery player Chris Kepler, who quickly proves there might actually be a little crying in baseball. Horrified, Daphne reaches out to Chris on social media to apologize, but forgets to identify herself as the heckler in her message. Chris doesn't usually respond to random fans on social media, but he's grieving and fragile after an emotional, turbulent few months. And when a DM from Ducky catches his eye, he impulsively messages back. Ducky is sweet, funny, and seems to understand him in a way no one else does. Daphne isn't sure how much longer she can keep lying to Chris, especially as she starts working with the team in real life, and their feelings for each other deepen. When he finds out the truth, will it be 3 strikes and she's out? Okay, this book made my list of summer romances because it's about America's favorite pastime, the sport of summer, which is baseball. I think it's hilarious, though, that Daphne attends a game and dares to heckle a player and that player gets visibly upset. I can't stand hecklers in real life, to be honest, so I really hope she grovels and apologizes well to him, but I'm kind of intrigued that she then ends up working for the team. Crazy since she really knows nothing about baseball, but I will go with it. If you don't like lying, then you might not like this book because I don't think she comes clean that she's his heckler from the game for quite a while. And you know that when that shoe finally does drop, things are going to get very messy. So I'm hoping that the resolution makes up for that period of lying and that it makes me feel like running out to see a baseball game this summer. We honestly have such a fun minor league team with an awesome stadium and field. So we always like to catch at least one game every season. I was so disappointed though this year because I didn't get tickets in the Savannah Bananas ticket lottery this year. Oh my gosh, am I like dying to go to one of their games? If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then just Google, or actually use Bing because Google sucks right now. And that's a story for another day. But search for Savannah Bananas online and check out this hilarious baseball team, which has sort of taken all of their games on the road to baseball fields across the USA. So see if they're coming to your town. It's probably going to be impossible to get tickets, or else like you're going to have to pay an arm and a leg for them. But they look so much fun. And I actually know someone who went and she said it's so worth it no matter what you're going to pay for the ticket. So here's hoping that maybe next year I will finally get to a Savannah Banana game. But in the meantime, I will have to get my baseball fix by reading this book this summer. And let's see, my final summer romance recommendation that you're going to have to wait until August 6th for. So I guess I'm skipping actually July since I gave you so many June releases to add to your TBR list. And that is The Pairing by Casey McQuiston, which is her latest queer romance. And I am so ready for it. Here is what it's about. Theo and Kit have been a lot of things: childhood best friends, crushes, in love, and now estranged exes. After a brutal breakup on the transatlantic flight to their dream European food and wine tour, they exited each other's lives once and for all. Time apart has done them good. Leo has found confidence as a hustling bartender by night and aspiring sommelier by day, with a long roster of casual lovers. Kit, who never returned to America, graduated as the reigning sex god of his pastry school class and now bakes at one of the finest restaurants in Paris. Sure, nothing really compares to what they had, and life stretches out long and lonely ahead of them, but yeah, it's in the past. All that remains is the unused voucher for the European tour that never happened. Good for 48 months after its original date and about to expire. 4 years later, it seems like a great idea to finally take the trip solo, separately. It's not until they board the tour bus that they discovered they both accidentally had the same exact idea, and now they're trapped with each other for 3 weeks of stunning views, luscious flavors, in the most romantic cities of France, Spain, and Italy. It's fine. There's nothing left between them. So much nothing that when Theo suggests a friendly wager to see who can sleep with their hot Italian tour guide first, Kit is totally game. And why stop there? Why not a full-on European hookup competition? But sometimes a taste of everything only makes you crave what you can't have. So I'm going to be honest and say I kind of have mixed feelings about this book, and let me explain. I'm definitely and wholeheartedly reading it. I'm saving my advanced reader copy for the perfect time to read this because I'm really hoping that I love it just as much as Red, White, and Royal Blue. They are totally different books. I get that, but I just loved her writing and the characters in that book. And I really hope she just brings that same magic to this one about two bisexual exes who accidentally take the same European food and wine tour. And so let's talk about that. This book also had me at European food and wine tour because that sounds amazing and the perfect tour to go on with these two if I cannot do that in real life this summer, even though, gosh, that would be amazing if I could. Now, the one apprehension that I do have is this whole idea of a hookup competition, right? I don't think I really want to see them hooking up with others. I know that they have a crazy past and that it's been 4 years, but really just get over yourself and enjoy a bottle together. But if the jealousy comes out in a good way, then I'm going to be all for it. So we'll kind of see how it all transpires. But Casey didn't publish a book last year, so I'm ready and waiting for it. And I think it's going to be a big seller. So just jump on the bandwagon with me and give it a read this summer. Okay, and so that wraps up my list of must-read summer romance books of 2024 that you are absolutely going to read this season. I kind of flew through those, but if you want even more, definitely go to the blog, click on the link in the show notes that will take you to my 10 most anticipated summer romance books for this year. I think they're all going to be great and perfect reads to get you in the summer spirit. But to make your summer reading a bit more exciting, I put together a Passport to Romance, a fun reading challenge and activity to inspire your reading this summer. The Passport is going to be available all summer long in the She Reads Romance Books book club. So if you are a member, be on the lookout for it. But if you're not, then the summer is the perfect time to join and jump in on the fun. I'm going to do a giveaway of my A Year of Reading Romance card deck for one lucky winner who gets the most Passport stamps this summer on their board. It's a $39 value, so totally worth playing if all you have to do is read some amazing summer romance books, right? So visit shereadsromancebooks.com/book club to join today and then get reading on those summer romance books. Because as always, life is better with a love story.
That's all for this episode of the She Reads Romance Books podcast. I hope you enjoyed it and found some new books to add to your TBR list. If you did, please subscribe, rate, and review the show on your favorite podcast app. It really helps me reach more romance book lovers like you, and I appreciate your support. If you're a book boyfriend collector like me, then you'll want to join my email list so you never miss a podcast episode or a new book list. Just visit shereadsromancebooks.com/join and sign up today. As a thank you, I'll instantly send you my list of top 10 book boyfriends that will make you swoon. Trust me, you don't want to miss this list. Thank you for listening, and until next time, happy reading.